Mafia the Old Country is getting a new expansion called Man of Honor, and the biggest reason I'm interested is Ennio Salieri. This time, Enzo will be working alongside the man who eventually becomes one of the most important characters in the Mafia series. So, what are we actually getting, and is it worth returning to Sicily? Man of Honor releases on August 14th, 2026 for PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC. You will also need the base game to play it. The expansion takes place in Sicily during the winter of 1905, several months after Enzo officially joined the Teresi crime family. By this point, Enzo has earned a reputation as a reliable soldado. Don Teresi gives Enzo and Cesare a new assignment. They must help Ennio Salieri, a respected mafioso who has recently been released from prison. And it looks like Salieri has some unfinished business to deal with. Anyone who played Mafia Definitive Edition will recognize that name immediately. We already know what Salieri becomes later in his life, so seeing a younger version of him could be one of the most interesting parts of this expansion. It also gives longtime fans another connection between Mafia the Old Country and the earlier games in the series. The new story will be told across 2 chapters. We are also getting new locations, weapons, vehicles, and charms. The expansion has a winter setting, which should make Sicily feel very different from the warm countryside we explored in the main game. The official artwork shows the San Celeste volcano covered in snow. It is a small detail, but it gives the expansion a colder and more serious atmosphere. Free ride mode is also getting more content. Salieri will give players exclusive jobs and more difficult challenges. There will also be new collectibles to find and hidden locations to explore. That sounds promising because one of my problems with the original game was the lack of things to do outside the main story. The world looked beautiful, but there was not always a strong reason to explore it. My biggest concern is the length. 2 chapters could give us several hours of new content, or they could be over very quickly. A lot will depend on the length of the missions and the price of the expansion. I also hope the missions have more variety. The original game had some excellent cinematic moments, but several missions followed a similar pattern. You drive somewhere, sneak through an area, get into a shootout, and then escape. Hopefully, Man of Honor mixes things up with better stealth sections, more interesting driving missions, and combat encounters that do not all feel the same. I would also like to see more opportunities to explore the world without being pushed directly toward the next objective. Right now, I am interested, but I still have a few concerns. Seeing Enzo work with a younger Salieri sounds like a great idea, especially for longtime Mafia fans. But whether Man of Honor is actually worth buying will depend on the story length, mission variety, and price. Man of Honor releases on August 14th, 2026. Are you planning to return to Sicily, or are you going to wait for reviews? Let me know in the comments.